Hello, welcome to the Paper Turtle. Today we are continuing to work on my 3 journals that you've been seeing in the past couple of videos, and we're going to do a few elements to go in the journals today. And what we're going to start with, well, first let me show you this thing that I made, these things. And I've already made them, so I'm not doing them on camera, but they're really easy to do. And before I show you the ones that I ended up with, I'm going to show you the ones that I rejected. Now, I got this idea from the Paper Outpost. I forget what she calls them. I'm not really sure. And again, like with anything else, I think they're called different things by different people. But when she did hers, they looked really good. I mean, like really good, you know, so it inspired me to try it. Well, I had a few fails before I got to the ones that I liked. So basically what they are, I'll show you one of the ones that I did. It's simply paper folded up, and you would attach them into your journals like in a tuck spot or with paper clips, or you know, wherever you want to slip them into your journals. And it's just an extra place for people to journal on. Really pretty, right? You fold it up and it looks like an envelope. And the theory is, back in the day, before people used envelopes, this is how they did their correspondence. They folded it up, but they would use their wax seals to seal them. I do have a wax seal, but it's my initial, so I'm not going to use that on something that I'm going to give to somebody or something, because why would they want my initial on it? I don't know. So I used buttons instead, and that's what Pam at the Paper Outpost also used, buttons, and or some, like a little, you could use like a little embellishment or something there. Really, you know, cute. So that's what I ended up with. Now, her version, what she did was she took her paper and she scrunched it all up, and then she inked it and made it look very distressed, and they looked good. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to try that. Well, she did them using different papers, which you can do, and one of the ones that she did was a magazine paper. So I pulled this page out of a magazine and thought that I would use this. It's got the pinks and the greens in it and everything. And she also attached some paper on the inside of it to journal on. So I did all that. I scrunched it up, I inked it, and I don't care for it. I don't care for my version of it. I liked her versions. I don't know. There's something about, maybe it's the texture of the magazine page. Maybe I didn't do the scrunching well enough, or the inking, something. Maybe it's too thick with the paper on it. I don't know. But whatever it is, I don't like it, and I'm not going to use it in these journals. Maybe I'll stick it in one of my own journals. I don't know. But that was a fail for me. And so then I tried using music paper with the same method of putting a paper on the inside of it to journal on. And I did the whole scrunching and inking thing. And again, I just don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like it. I don't like the feel of it. I just don't like how it came out. So that is a reject. So I thought, okay, that's using 2 layers of paper. Let me try something thinner. So I used a piece of scrapbook paper, and I liked it better. It came out a little bit better, and I was even going to put this butterfly here on it, and I thought it looked good. But I wasn't quite happy with it. So my husband looked at what I was doing, and he said, when I was in elementary school, I used to take a piece of notebook paper and just scrunch it until it got really soft. And I said, well, yeah, that's kind of the idea. And so he said, well, let me play with that piece for a little bit. So I gave him this one, and he scrunched it and scrunched it some more. And now it's like really, really, it is. It's like a paper towel is what it feels like. Now, in the right journal, that would have a good tactile element. But again, for the journals I'm working on, it's not going to work. I don't care for it. And I've come to the conclusion that I think for me, they're too distressed. The scrunching and the inking is too much for my style, I guess. And I just can't, I can't grasp it for what I'm doing. Maybe these will work on something later on. But they're just not quite cutting it for me. So another thing that she used was stationery. So I said, okay, I'm just going to use stationery, but I'm not scrunching it. So I went into my stationery box and I found these 3 pieces of stationery, and this is what I used, and I didn't scrunch them, and I like them a lot better. So depending on your style, depending on what you like to do, I say go watch Pam's video, the Paper Outpost, see how she did hers, and then experiment, try for yourself, and decide how you like it and what you like to do. So these are the ones that I made. I already showed you this one, and this is I didn't show you the whole stationery. There's the piece of stationery, and I inked the seams, which is something that she did, and I like that, and I like inking the edges. And on the inside, I just very, very lightly dabbed some ink because it was very white, and also the seams. So I really like this one and how it came out. And then I put the little button. You can see the little button there. It's a really pretty button. It's got like embossing around the edge of it. It's really nice. And then this one, oh, love this stationery. This came in Happy Mail. Look at, isn't it gorgeous? Oh my gosh, it's just perfect. So that one came out really nice. And I used an old button. I think it's a glass button because it's like cold to the touch, like glass is. I tried to find an older one in my stash, and I just thought that came out really nice. And then this one also is some stationery that came in Happy Mail. And this one had lines on the back of it already. So it's like perfect for this project. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And so I used this the abalone button, and I thought they came out really nice. So now what I'm going to do is make some paper clips to paper clip these into the journals. I had pulled out stuff to make the paper clips before I did these envelopes. And then I kind of looked at what I had pulled out the other day when I did these, and I didn't quite like how they were going to look clipped on the envelopes, what I had picked out. So I rethought that and came up with some other things to put on the paper clips. So now I have to make sure that they go with the paper that I picked out and that it all works together. So I may have to rethink my paper. I'm not sure. So let me start. I'm going to start with the blue one. I think the blue one is my favorite. I've been working in that one more than the others. So the paper clip is going to end up on here and attached to the page in the book. So I'm decorating this part of the paper clip. And I thought that I would put on it a butterfly so that when you clip it, the butterfly will be sitting on wherever it's going to sit on here. So I like the yellow one because it stands out, but I think the one I picked for this, yeah, the orange. So that's going to be the decoration on the paper clip. And this blue, I think, is going to be the background. But I don't want a lot of it to be showing, but I need to have some kind of background as a base for the decoration. So what I'm going to try, I have this punch, and I'm going to try this, I'm I'm going to try the smaller one first and see how that is going to work. Let's see. Oh, I like the back side of it too. Will that be enough stability for the butterfly? I don't think it will. I think I'm going to need the bigger one. So let me try the bigger size. My butterfly is still going to be a little flimsy, but I think it'll be okay. My dilemma here, I'm going to need 2 of these, so I'm going to go ahead and punch the other one. Come on. Punch works hard sometimes. All right, I don't need that. So I think what I need to do, though, because this is going to show on the back here, the butterfly wings are going to show, I'm just going to do something with them. What do I want to do with them? Cover it with something, but I don't know what. Maybe I'll just color it, ink it. I think I'll just ink it, but I'm going to ink it in blue, I think. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just reaching for supplies. I try to have my most used supplies within reach because I don't have to do so much running around to try to gather things. But the problem with that is I get lazy and I tend to use only what's within reach. So that limits my what I'm using, which is silly because then I use the same things over and over again. And I really need to change the way that the way I think, really, because it's more about the way that I'm thinking than about the way that I'm crafting. I don't know. Does that make any sense? I don't know. And I think I'm just going to ink this up. That's probably the wrong color to use, but that's all right. I'm doing it anyway. I don't have any choice. I've already started it. So this is another morning video. I did have my coffee and my breakfast and everything, but boy, I can tell a difference in myself when I do a video in the morning versus when I do one in the afternoon. I guess I'm not a morning person because I can't think straight. I can't form my words and sentences as well. All right, so when that's on here, on the back of the paper clip, that's what you're going to see. So I think I'm going to do it like that. Should I do it like that? I think I'll do it like that. Okay. Decision made. All right, so to make the paper clip, take a paper clip, and whatever your base is going to be, and I'm one that I don't mind if the paper clip shows, because it is, after all, a paper clip, and we know that it's a paper clip. So I don't mind if you can see that. So for your base, you want 2 pieces, and they are going to sandwich the paper clip like this. And then your decoration is going to be on the top. So there's the bottom. I'm going to attach my my butterfly to here, but I think I'm going to ink this first, which means I want to ink the other one too. And I don't know if you're even going to see any of it. I like to ink. And now that I'm inking and I'm seeing what the pattern is on the back of here, I want to make sure that it's going the right way, the right direction. If you don't have a specific pattern on your background, don't worry about it. But I want my wood grain to be going up and down. So that's how I'm putting that. And then I want this to go up and down, but it's not going to, is it? That's all right. All right, so now I'm going to attach my decoration. Now you can decorate these up as much as you want. You can put all kinds of things on them. And maybe I'll put something behind that, like a little piece of lace or something. Yeah, let me see what I've got here. Needs to be wide enough to show under there. That's kind of pretty. If I put the lace under there and have it poke out on the sides. Adds a little bit, right? I wish it was just a tiny bit wider. Is this one wider? No, this one's the wider one. Let me see what else I have right here handy without running into the other room. I have this, but I don't think this is any wider than that. Let me see. A tiny bit. Let me see if that makes any difference. Yeah, a little bit. All right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to put just this little bit of lace underneath the butterfly, just to add a little something. I always leave off the pins, and then everything unravels, and I wonder why. Okay, so I am going to attach that. I guess the direction of this isn't going to matter as much now that I'm covering it all up. Probably too much glue. That's kind of pretty. Oh, shoot. I meant to ink the butterfly, too. Let me see if I can do it while it's... I can't quite get it as well, but... You can tell it's morning. I'm not thinking. Rushing, I guess. Okay. Then what you do is this just gets glued on top of there. Very simple way to do your paper clips. Make sure it's nice and straight. And then you just press them together. And depending on the decoration, the decor that you're putting on here, you may want to do some of the decorating before you put it on the paperclip, before you do this part, or you can do it afterwards. If it's too, what you're putting on the front is too lumpy, you're going to have a harder time pushing this together because you'll have whatever you've got on there in the way. I'm just holding this for a minute until that glue all takes, because it wants to pull itself apart and you want it to go together. Now, this background piece can be any shape. It can be bigger, longer, wider, however, whatever you want to do, whatever decor you want on the paperclip. Like I said, I don't mind if my paperclip shows. Other people like to cover the whole paperclip, so your base paper would be bigger to cover up the whole paperclip. It's just a personal preference. It's whatever style you like, whatever you want to do. Now, something else I think that I'm going to do on here, I think, well, maybe, I don't know. I was going to say maybe put a little bit of bling on the butterfly. I think I might do that just to kind of snazz it up a little bit, because it's a little bit dull. So let me see what I've got here. I'm looking for, perfect. And I think I'm just going to put 3 little ones, or maybe 3 medium ones. Should have done this before I put it on here, but I think that these are adhesive enough that they'll go on quite easily. Maybe I'll put 2 big ones and a little one. Oh, isn't that cute? There. And there's the first paperclip done. So that'll get paperclipped into one of the pages of the journal. And we'll figure out which page afterwards. Okay, the next one. This one's going to be for the green book. And I originally was going to use, I think, this on the paperclip, which would make a really pretty paperclip. However, if I'm using it to clip this in the book, I don't think that that's going to look as well. So I'm ditching that idea. I did find some of these other butterflies. That one's really pretty. The yellow one, I think, stands out better. Yeah. So I'm going to use this yellow one. And for the base, I had picked out, well, I was going to use this green here. And I guess it'll work. But I think I'm just going to use rectangular or a square. So I'm going to cut, I like the dark line on the edge of it. I'm just going to cut that out. I could have inked a dark line. I didn't need to keep the dark line. But it's what caught my eye, so. These are just scrapbook papers. I think these might have come from a 6x6 pad. I'm not sure. All right, and then I want him to be probably about here. And I can't cut a straight line, but I try. Okay, so here's my front and my back. Boy, why can't I cut a straight line? What is the secret to that? I don't know. So there's going to be my front and my back. Now there's printing on this side of the butterfly, but I'm going to just leave that, and I'm going to ink the edges. I want this to be, these two pieces to be exactly the same, because you're going to see them together, so I don't want to see that overlap of the bottom or top. Okay. So I don't need that. So I hope you're all still doing okay. They're going to be lifting some of the quarantine stuff soon. I can't wait. We went yesterday to this antique store that was supposed to be doing an outdoor market type of thing with, you know, other antique dealers or whoever having little booths outside, and it was, you know, supposed to be spaced apart well and all of that stuff. And we figured, okay, well, it's, you know, it's outside, so it should be fine, and we just take it upon ourselves to stay away from people, right? Yeah. We get there, and there's nobody set up outside except for the owner of that particular place. They have one little table on a walkway ramp going into the building, which is like a big old house. And I was like, well, where's all the outside vendors? There weren't any. So that was the number one disappointment. Then, should I put lace under this one too? Let me see. So then we go and we look at what she had, which wasn't much at all. I think it was this one that I used. And we went inside the house, which they had stuff in the house, like an antique store, you know, but everything was so packed that it was like one person only could walk through there at a time, you know. And there weren't any other people there, except I went into one room that, you know, like one person could fit in the room. That's how jam-packed these rooms were. And as I'm coming out, this other woman's coming in to the room, so you have to pass like really close, you know. So I kind of turned my back to her, not being rude, but just so we're not face to face, and she like wouldn't back up. It's like, I can't go anywhere, so you have to back up and let me out. It was irritating. And so that proved to be a bust. There was nothing there. We didn't buy anything. There were no other vendors, and all I did was run into somebody. So it was like, all right, well, that was no fun. And then there was no place else to go, so we came home. Ordered takeout pizza. I'm just tired of I'm tired of the whole thing, really. Just tired of it. And I just want to get back to normal, where I can go eat at a restaurant and go meet my friends for a drink, and see my family and stuff. And I'm sure everybody feels the same way. It's just frustrating. I think I'm going to try to turn these. Not that they're going to stay that way. I was going to say I want to turn the wings up on the butterfly a little bit. But they're not going to stay that way anyway, so it doesn't matter. Again, make sure your base is where you want it on the paper clip. And remember that you're going to see the back. Oh, shoot, everything got all wonky here. You're going to see the back of the paper clip on the other page wherever you're clipping it onto. So you want your back to look nice too. You could even decorate it up if you wanted to. I'm not going to decorate them. I kind of like the idea of there being a back and a front to the paper clip. But you know, again, it's your design choice. And always, and I think I repeat this over and over and over again, but it's so very important, especially to beginners, to remember and understand that everyone has their own style. And so when you watch somebody make something, it may not be specifically your style, but you can learn the technique and you can get the ideas from that person. And then put your own spin on it. Do your own thing. There. Oh wait, bling. I think it needs some bling too. Don't you think? I think so. I'm going to do green on that one. I don't use tons of bling on my stuff, but I do like it sometimes. It just adds a little bit of sparkle. Let me see. I know I've got green in here somewhere. I have like every color, pretty much. Well, there's that, but that's too big. That's way too big. Here's some. That's pretty. And I use bling of it in my scrapbooks too. Yeah, I like that color right there. Or should I do the green? No, I like the yellow. I could go funky and do something else. Nope, I'm not doing funky today. Ooh, these are a little bit bigger. I like these little things, but sometimes the adhesive comes up with them, or doesn't come up with them, and I should have put the third one on there, or just let it be. Yeah, it needs a third one. Sometimes the adhesive stays on the paper, and then you either have to try to get it up or try to find the right glue to glue these things down. There. Oh, it's crooked. That's better. There's our second paper clip. That one will go on here. Oh, isn't that pretty? I like it. Okay, and now the third one. I know, they're all the same. Sorry, I should have done like 2 of them ahead of time so that you didn't have to sit here and watch me do 3 of them. But that's okay. I hope you don't mind. You can fast forward if you want. All right, the third one is the pink one, and it's going to go on here. And originally I had picked out this, but that definitely doesn't go. So that's not going to work. There's this, which is real pretty. I could use that, but I like that one. And now the paper I picked out I don't think is going to work, so I might have to dig around for another piece of paper, unfortunately. However, you don't really see it too much. What do you think? If I ink that up and I put some lace on it, you won't even see it, will you? No, I think that'll be fine. I'll just make sure that it's under the... I think that'll be fine, the pink. All right. I'm just trying to think of how big I want to make it. I think like here. I'm going to use the bigger scissors. Maybe I can cut a straight line. I should just use my cutter. I have a smaller guillotine cutter and a smaller slide cutter somewhere, but I don't know where they are. I tried to find them the other day and I couldn't find them. I don't know what happened. I don't know where they are. I think I'm going to cut it right here. Okay. I don't know how much of this. Yeah, I'm just going to leave this one too. I'm not crazy about the inking on the back of that. It's not too bad with the lace on it though, is it? Yeah, that's not bad. Okay. But I'm not going to do it again. I'll just ink it with the around the edges. So yeah, the paper clips, they're kind of fun to make. I made all these that kind of similar, but of course you don't have to do that. Just get out your little all different images that you've cut out. You can use your flowers or your bugs or whatever images you have, whatever theme you're going for or whatever. Get some scrap paper. This is cardstock. It's heavier than the thin scrapbook paper because I don't need to ink that side. What you're looking for is a sturdy base for the back of your image, whatever you're putting on there, just so it'll be not so flimsy, because as a paper clip you're going to be moving it around and stuff. And again, it can be whatever size you feel you need it to be. Oops, I'm doing it backwards. I like to have the long end as the end that I'm putting as the sandwich. Again, no reason why. It's just my preference. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see too much of that. Okay, and again, I think I'm going to maybe use some trim. Now this butterfly is bigger, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see the trim as well. Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll do that. Did I not ink this? I think I did the back of it. I had the best little, I think I showed you this before, the book that I cut all these butterflies out of. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And I have so many more to cut out still. Let me show it to you in case you decide you want to find it. It's this one right here, A Color Guide to Familiar Butterflies, Caterpillars, and Chrysalides, however you say that. And it's, this particular one's a hardback, but I'm sure that they make a softback too. And this is going to make a good journal when I'm done harvesting. But look at all there's so many in here. So many. I love this book. So keep an eye out for that if you like butterflies. Excuse me. Let's see. So I've been trying to prepare well for these videos because I don't want to have to dig around for supplies and trying to make my decision on paper and stuff like that on camera, because we all know that that's not all that enjoyable to watch. So I have been trying very hard to, you know what, I want this to go this way. I've been trying very hard, because that's what you're going to see, to be prepared in these videos. And gosh, I don't expect the videos to go as long as they've been going. I'll try to cut this a little less harshly. Is that better? I don't know. I really don't mean to make hour-long videos. I don't want to, because I know I look at the analytics and people don't watch the whole video. So I try to make them shorter, but then I feel like I'm not doing anything in the shorter ones. That they need to be longer to actually do something in them. So I don't know. It's kind of a dilemma as to what to do. But I've been trying to have my materials ready so that I'm not wasting time trying to find materials. Trying to plan everything out so that the video will flow nice and smoothly. And I hope that's working. Okay, bling, yes. I think we need to do the bling. I just like it. I guess I should have had these pulled out and prepared. These are all the same. I have two bigger ones, but I think I might do the smaller. I think I'll do the lighter color. Do I have any other pinks in here? Do some more purples. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to do, I have a bright pink. No, that won't do. That won't work. Okay. I like these light pinks, they're pretty. if this is going to stick. It feels like the glue is dried up or something. There. What do you think about that? Now, there is something else that I could do with these. And I'll show you just on this one because it's a little bit duller. I have this, it's called Stella, and it's a very, 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 very fine glitter, and it just gives a little bit of a shimmer. This one is clear. It comes in different colors, but this one is clear. So I'm just brushing it on to the wings. It's like a water brush, only it's got glitter in it. And you can get these at the craft stores. And if you can see, it just puts a very, very fine, I don't know if you can see it, a very fine layer of glitter on there. So it's more like a shimmer than a glitter. It's really pretty. All right, so I'm going to let that one dry. And that goes on the envelope like that. I like that one. That one came out really good. Okay, so that is the first project. Second project, that's not it. What was the second project? Oh, I know what it was. Did I do one as an example? Oh gosh. Hold on, I'm going to find it. I am going to find it. What did I do with it? I have so much stuff up here. It's ridiculous. Hold on. I just got to get up out of my chair for 1 second to... See, I just got done saying that I was prepared to do all this stuff. And I am prepared. I really am. But what happened is I prepared and then I put stuff on top of what I prepared. And so now I can't find it. It's right here. It's like right here. Oh gosh. Here's the other two. Now where's my example? Where's the one I already did? Mary. Did I put it in the book? I don't know which one yes, I did. Okay. Found it. Found it. We're good. We're all good. Okay. All right. Back. What we're going to do, I started it. I didn't finish it. We're going to make this multi-pocket thingy here. And I'm going to show you how I made this. I forget who I saw this from. I don't know, maybe a couple people. Again, there's different ways you can do it and different things you can do. So it's going to go in the pocket of the journal right here, and I'm going to decorate this one. But before I decorate this one, I'm going to show you how I made this and what you end up being able to do. There's multiple pockets. There's 1, 2, 3, and then if you glue it in on your 3 sides, you can have a 4th pocket if you want, which I'm probably going to do because there's this much space left at the top of the page if I put it at the bottom. So that's probably what I'm going to do. All right, to make this, it's fun. It really is fun. If I can remember how I did it. Okay, you take a book page, and it can be, again, any kind of paper. You could use scrapbook paper again. What I used is a page from an Ideals book. The Ideals books have these full page pictures, and I have a hard time because I don't know what to do with them. They're so pretty and I don't know how to use them. Well, this is how I'm going to use it. On the back of it is this poem, which you're not going to see, but I like the edges. It just kind of came out that way. If you use a book page that has writing across the whole page on the back, that would look good. Music paper, whatever you want. And if you don't like what's on the back, when you create this, you can change it. And I'll show you when you would do that too. All right, so it takes a little bit of thinking to think which way you want your everything to go, because there's folding involved. So I'm going to just kind of picture, if I do it like this, this is going to end up this way. I have to look at my example again. No, I folded it this way, and then that way. Okay. So I want it to go okay. I'm sorry. I have to, and you're going to have to do this too. You're going to have to take your picture and experiment and think it out as to which way you want your image, depending on what kind of image you have, which way you want it to end up on your on your finished product. So I folded it in half lengthways, and then when I was in elementary school, my art teacher used to say, fold it in half the hot dog way, fold it in half the hamburger way. That's what she used to say. That's how I don't know, that's just how she did it. Okay, so we folded the hot dog way, and now I'm going to flip it and fold it this way. So you're going to fold it in half one way, and then you're going to fold it in half the other way. And I'm going to use my bone folder wherever it may be. Oh, there it is, right where it's supposed to be. My paper's kind of thick, so I have to finagle it a little bit. I hope I'm doing this right. I just made one, but I forgot how I did it. All right, and then you're going to fold this in. However much you want it to go. That's going to be one pocket right there. You're going to fold this one in. That's going to be a pocket. And you're going to fold this one in if you want. If you don't want, you can leave it and just have two. There. And there you have your different pockets. Now, an alternative. You can take this flap here and fold it this way. And you could do it more. You could do it like that. And then this could be a flip up to write on if you want to. I'm choosing not to. And now I have to fold that on that line because I just made it look goofy. Did I just ruin this? I hope these fold lines will go away. I messed it up. kind of messed that up, didn't I? That's all right. It's going to have tags in it, and you won't see those, I hope. All right, so now you have your piece, but what I need to do first is ink the edges before I glue it down. I really hoped more of the violets would show. I could do it as a tuck, and then they can pull it out and see the back. I don't know. I'm not thrilled with what ended up showing on this picture. I really wanted more of the violets to show. But if I folded it the other way, they're on the bottom of the page, so they're not gonna show either way. However I fold it. It's still pretty as it is. I just, in my mind, I was hoping the violets would show, but they didn't, so that's okay. We're gonna move on. All right, so now before you glue, you want to ink your edges, if you're going to ink your edges, because it's easier to get at these, at the folds. I'll do these two. You're not going to see all of that. It is dark. You're not going to see the inking. But if it were lighter paper, you'd want to ink all this if you're into the inking. Now I want to glue down my corners because it just makes it a flatter, when you're putting stuff in and out of the pocket, it makes a flatter surface there. Takes away some of the bulk. And you won't see that crease too bad. Right there, the first fold I didn't fold it quite as far down as I wanted it to. And I thought that more of the inside was going to show when I did this. Again, use different papers, experiment, play around with it and see what you like. You might like just plain book paper better. Different size papers are going to give you different size results, obviously. That's glued down, that's glued down, that's glued down, okay. So, yeah, try different things. I had one here that I was going to show you that I had made before, and now I don't, oh, here it is. This I made with, I think it was a 6x6 piece of paper. This one I left the flap up so you can journal under there or decorate. I haven't decorated it yet, obviously it's not in a journal, but this is how this one came out. I rounded the corners, and that's with double-sided scrapbook paper. Kind of pretty. If you want, when you glue it down, you could even turn this pocket down. Turn this down, and then glue on just your 3 sides here so that this is showing. Do you see what I'm talking about? So that the other, you have one more corner. That would look good too. Or you can just have it down flat like that. like I said, play around with yours and see, you know, what's going to work well. All right, so now we're going to glue down these sides. Trying to think of the easiest way to do this. You want to put glue right here on this short side right here. That glues that piece. Then you want to glue, oh, I should have done the whole thing. See, here I am telling you how to do this and I didn't even do it right. Okay, you want to glue this. You want to put glue on this short side here. And then glue on this short side here. Does that make sense? When you're gluing, fold and unfold your paper and kind of analyze it and see where the easiest place to put your glue is going to be. If that makes any sense at all. Probably doesn't. That's why this isn't a tutorial. This is just a craft along. I don't do tutorials well unless it's something I know really, really well, because I'm sometimes figuring it out as I go along. Even though obviously I've made several of these before. I still have to think them through. Okay, yeah. So when you open it up, I'm going to do one more. So hopefully the next one won't be as clumsy. So, but you always want to glue your shorter sides. Put the glue on the shorter sides. This one, it doesn't matter because you're going all the way up anyway. But like this side, when you glued this, this was the shorter side. You want to glue this side. You don't need to glue that side. So you glue the shorter side. Does that make sense? I don't know. On here, I'm not putting glue on this side. I'm putting glue on the shorter side. Because when you fold it up, you don't want the glue all the way up here. You only need it on the short part. Right? I hope so. But on this side, they're the same size. So I'm just going to do it on here. I probably just confused everybody. You'll figure it out when you get yours and you get it all folded and it's time to glue it. You'll see what I'm talking about. I don't know what these are called. Multi-pocket foldy things. So I can't tell you what to search for on YouTube to find other people that maybe can actually teach you how to do it better than I can. They are fun to do though. And then you can decorate them, and we're going to decorate the other one that I did because I already pulled out the stuff to go on it. And I'm not sure what I was going to do with this one, so I'm not going to root around and try to find whatever it is I was going to do. This one, I think I'm going to go ahead and put it in the book before I put these lace and stuff on. I think it'll be easier to work with. So it's going to go here. And actually, I was going to put, I think I was going to put this lace here, and this lace here, and the butterfly was going to go on there. Yeah, so I need room at the bottom to put this lace, and I want the lace, I always like my lace to hang off of my page just a little bit so you can see it poking out from the book. But before I do any of that, I want to ink the page a little bit because it's very, very white. And I just don't have much real white in this whole journal, so I'm going to take some of that white away. You're really not going to see a whole lot of this anyway. You're not going to see down there, over here, because this is going to be on top of it. So now I need to decide, when I put this in here, do I want this to be another pocket? I think I do, because it's not taking up the whole page. So I think it would look kind of funny if I just glued this on the page. So I'm going to glue it. Right there. I'm just going to make a little pencil mark there, so I know where I want to glue it. And I'm going to do 3 sides. Isn't that pretty? That's what I saw on the page that I hoped would show on this one. The other one, it was the violets. And this one, it's these, whatever those are. Hydrangea, maybe? I don't know. But a little bit of it ended up showing. Now, if you really wanted to, you could just use this in a tuck spot somewhere. Although, it's a little wide to do that, but you could. Go buy beautiful flowers. I'm gluing you down. That's a shame. Make sure you don't absolutely love the picture you're using, or you're going to feel sad. Okay. Put it on the mark that I made. Ooh, I used a lot of glue. I'm going to push it over just a little bit towards the edge. There. This is a great way to use up that white page in your book. Just covers up that white. Put some color in your book. There. That's fun. I have to make journaling cards for all these pockets. That's going to be another whole video, because that's where I start getting, when I have to fill up all the pockets, is when I start getting like antsy about getting it done. Where's my little, oh, here it is. That's when I start thinking, all right, I'm about over this. But I'm still not there yet, so it's okay. That was too much glue. Just hanging over the edge there. You know, when I first started junk journaling, wasn't that long ago, but you know, I'd go shopping to the thrift stores and the estate sales. I'm sure you've watched my haul videos. If you haven't, go back and check them out, because it shows where I got my stuff. And what I was doing, I was just kind of buying up whatever I saw. If I saw laces and trims, I bought it. If I saw books that had pictures in them, I bought them. Well, don't do that. Trust me, it's fun. It really is a lot of fun to do the shopping and to buy the stuff. But I am finding, as I'm making more and more journals, that I'm not using most of that stuff. Some of it I'm not sure how to use it, and maybe at some point I will figure that out and I'll use it. That's going to be okay once the glue is dry. But as I'm going along, I am learning. I'm just putting this in here to protect it when I put glue on it. As I'm going along, I am learning what I like to use and what I don't. And I think that's an important lesson to learn, so that you don't buy everything. And one of the things that I bought a lot of was the seam binding and hem tape. And I find that the only ones that I use very much of are the ones that have like a scalloped edge or lacy edge, not the ones that have straight edges on both sides. I'll show you what I mean. You probably know what I mean, but I'll show you anyway. Because I like the edges. I like the I need more glue on here. I like having that lacy edge. I don't like the look of the straight edge. Maybe it's because I have so much of it and I've looked at so much of it. To me, it just looks like hem tape, seam binding, instead of like a pretty lace. Do you know what I mean? So I'm finding that I don't use it as much. I'll show you because I have some right here somewhere. Where'd it go? Of course, when I say I want to show you. See how this one has, well, it has a straight edge, but it's a little bit more of a scallopy edge to it. Like this, or like this. Whereas this one has the straight edges. I just don't use these as much as I use these. And I don't know why. It's just I'm not drawn to them as much. So I have this huge, huge supply of seam binding and hem tape that I feel like I'm never going to use it. And maybe I will eventually. I hope I will. But I just feel like I shouldn't have bought so much. Because I bought like every color I ever ran into. Alright, now where's the butterfly? I'm going to put him on there. And I don't know. Should I put something else on there? Not more bling. I'm not putting bling on this one. I want this one flat because I don't want too much bulk in the book. So I'm not putting, I'll do it on that. I did it on the paperclip, but I'm not going to do it on like every butterfly I put in the book. So he's going to go there. I feel like there should be something else on there. Maybe a word. Maybe I should put some kind of word on there. That might look cute. Pretty it up, add a little something, I don't know. Now my problem is that now I have this stack of words that I don't know. I do this all the time. I can't find the right thing. What I have left doesn't work. Little things. Maybe. I don't know. All the world is bright. That's pretty. I'll use that one. That's kind of pretty. All right. Let me put him down. Stay down there, Mr. Butterfly. Put all your wings down. And what did I say? All the world is bright. I like the little word stickers. And you know, you don't need to buy the word stickers. If you have a book, look through your book and pick out phrases that you like or words that you like and cut them on the little strips, and that's it. Excuse me. There. Now these need to be trimmed, but I'll do that when it's all completely dry because I'll pull on it. I don't want to pull on it. I feel that glue is still wet. All right, so there's our little pocket thingy, and we will make things to go in each of these pockets. That'll be another video. So that's cute. I think it's cute. I like it. Okay, should we struggle through one more? I have one more to struggle through. We're going to see if I can do this one a little more smoothly. I'm going to cut off the edge that I yanked out of the book. This one on the back has this, so I don't care if that shows through or not. So first we're going to fold it hot dog way. Now you can make these depending on where you're going to have them in your book, what side you want the pockets to be on, and I should have thought of that. Where's my, this is, let me think. Where's the other one I made? Oh my goodness. I just made it. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. All right, so that one's the blue one. This one's the green one. And then this one's going to be the pink one. Let me make sure. I know I designated a spot where I was going to put it. So let me make sure it's going to be on the right side of the page. Yeah, it's going to be on that side of the page too. Okay. So if we were going to put it on this side of the page, you would want your you don't have to, but you might want your pockets to be facing the other way. So then you would fold it. Instead of folding it up this way, you're going to use this side of it, fold it up this way, and the pockets will come down, cascade that way. Does that make sense? I hope so. But since ours are all on the right-hand side of the page, the pockets are all going to be on the right-hand side. I think that made sense. Now, problem is, I don't want this. Yeah, this is the way I want it to go. Now, what you can also do is not go all the way up if you want to leave a little space there. You can do that. I'm not really sure what it accomplishes, but let's try it and see. I remember the video that I saw, they left a little space there, but I'm not sure. All right, and I don't like the back like that, so this is getting folded under. There. This is folding this way. And you can make this fold as thin or as wide as you want it. And then this is going to get folded this way, even though I don't really care for that. Don't care for that backing. So when we don't care for the backing, I'm going to show you a trick we're going to do. All right, this is going in which book? The pink book? So I want some pink paper. I'm going to have to dig for it. I'm so sorry. I wish I had something here that I could use that I like. I don't like that. It's too bold. I'm going to have to look for something. Darn it, darn it, darn it. Let me look at my scraps real quick. I don't have anything in here that I want to use. I could get funky and use book paper. How that would look. I'm going to do that. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I have this book paper here. And I'm going to cover this. Now I'm experimenting here, but this is what you can do. Oh, this is thin book paper. It like tears like so soft. All right. I think that's as much as it's going to show, right? Of course I didn't cut it long enough. Of course I didn't. I don't want that one. Oh. I know you're saying, what in the world are you doing? Maybe I'll use that one. All right. Now it's got to go up. No. What the heck, Mary? You're probably wondering, what in the world am I doing, right? I know. I'm trying to size this book paper so that it that's gonna work. All right. I'm trying to put the book paper on here so that that's what you're gonna see as the inside of this thing, if that makes sense. I keep saying that, if that makes sense. I'm sorry. It's a habit. There's everybody has like this little quirks or sayings or something that they do all the time, and you don't even realize that you're doing it, but other people could notice it, and it might drive them nuts. So I'm trying not to drive you nuts with saying the same thing over and over again. And maybe it's just me that notices it on other YouTubers when they have some quirky saying or something and they say it over and over again. It drives me crazy. All right. So I put it in the corner there, and I had it overlap just a little bit. I was having a hard time getting them to cut right. I don't know why. I don't know what. And now I'm just trimming off the excess. I'm going to show you what I'm trying to accomplish, because I don't know if I explained it very well. All right, so when you fold it up, it's going to look like that. And this is going to be the back. And I'm going to do that on this and on this also. So this is what you're going to see. First, I'm going to glue this flap down. I hope I'm making sense of this. Then I need it to go, this time I'm marking it so I know. I need it to go this far down. I don't know what book those book pages came out of. Oh no. Oh wait, here's another one. That one's got a stamp on it. I think I can use it though. Okay, I need it to be like this high. I need this whole section right here. There's probably an easier way to do this. I'm just not doing it the easy way. Where's my line? My line is right there. I didn't need to even tear that part. I think that if I had just laid the whole thing in there, that would have been fine. So basically what you can do is cover the back side of your pockets. If you don't like the way that they look once you have it folded up, you can cover them with whatever you want. And I want that to go all the way up to there. I need this under here. Man, I made a mess of this one, didn't I? I thought this was going to go smoother than the last one. But nope, I had to make a mess. I should title my videos, How Not to Make Embellishments for Your Junk Journal. Do not do as I do. I'm sorry. Only do your own thing. Okay. I know there's an easier way to do this. And that goes like that. Now, I'm debating. Should I do this one too? I think so. That one requires a little bit less. Only a little longer. Should I piece it? That one's not quite long enough either, is it? I wonder if I don't think I have another page of that book. I have it somewhere because it's obviously a whole book, but I don't know what book it was from, and I don't know where I put, here's a bigger piece. I don't know where I put the rest of it. This is just my scraps of stuff that I use for like collaging, and I don't know where the rest of this book is. That's going to be glued down anyway. going to do this. Okay. First I want to glue this down. Yep, I'm making a big old disaster here. It's going to come out good though. Trust me, I think it's going to come out good. Then I'm going to, let's see. Well, I need it to go like to here. This is going to come out. It's going to work. I trust myself. For the most part, I trust myself. Maybe not always. While I'm here, I'm going to glue this down. Make that a little neater. Trim this up. Ta-da! What do you think? Yay? Nay? I don't know. I'm going to ink this, and I think it'll look a little bit better. So in that very roundabout way, maybe you could figure out what it was that I was doing and come up with a better way to do it, because I fumbled through that a little bit. But that's how we learn. That's how we figure it out, right? And in the end, it ends up looking just fine, I think. I don't know. What do you think? I think it'll look fine. Decorate it up a little bit more, maybe. Maybe I'll put something on these edges. A little thin strip of something. I don't know. Let me see how it looks after I ink this, because the inking will differentiate the different sections of it. You know what I mean? So, like, each pocket will look individual because of the inking. Hope that makes sense. And there I go saying, does that make sense again? You know, it's hard. Public speaking is really hard because you don't want the ums, the ohs, the likes, all the filler words in there. And I use them a lot, but everybody does. That's our speech patterns. And really, to be a good public speaker, you're not supposed to use all those filler words and catchphrases and all of that other stuff. It's hard to do. All right, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I think it looks good. So now we're going to glue it all together. And we're going to glue the short sides on this first one, so it'll be this, this, and this is where I'm putting glue. Right along here. here. Maybe the gluing will make more sense this time around. Glue the short sides. And then we're going to glue these sides. What should we call this? Page pocket? Triple page pocket? Triple pocket? Pocket triple page? I don't know. I don't know what to call these things. Page pockets. I don't know. Are they triple? They're 1, 2, 3, yeah. Triple pocket page. Triple pocket page. I'll call it that. Now, again, remember we used this whole big page that was a big picture. And what we end up seeing is one tiny corner of it. So, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you to choose your paper, but think about that when you're choosing your paper, that you end up seeing one tiny piece of it. On this one, anyway. On the other two, we saw a little bit more because we didn't cover this. Now, where did I put them? Oh my God, I just threw paper all over the floor. Okay, so where did I put the other two? Oh, one's in the thing. Where did I put the other one? Why do I keep losing stuff? I don't think I put it in the book. Wow, I lost it again. I didn't put it in the book. It's not in the book. Why isn't it right here? It should be right here, because I haven't. Well, we made this one, and we made another one, and we decorated one. Wow. I'm really not that disorganized. This is horrible. Absolutely horrible that I just made it and I can't find it. Okay. Never mind, I guess. I'll find it and we'll look at it another time. So what we did today, we made these beautiful butterfly paper clips. And these beautiful pockets. And we decorated one. And they're going to be really fun to fill up. And I don't know where the other one is. Oh my gosh, how could I have lost it? It's on my desk here somewhere. So, all right, thank you so much for, I don't think anybody made it this far. If you made it this far, throw a comment below and tell me that you watched the whole thing. I want to see how many of you actually watched this whole thing. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time when we have some more fumbling fun and make something else. I don't know what we're going to do. Okay. See you later. Bye.